What is up, guys? It's Sky. It's been a while since I uploaded a video. I've been busy trying to improve my dogfighting. Now, one of the aspects that a lot of gamers overlook, especially when they're first getting into competitive gaming, is sound. While there's a lot of tweaking you can do in-game, a lot of the important customization is done outside the game in your sound card settings and your headphone setup. The sound card I use is the Creative Sound Blaster Recon 3D. It's an older sound card, but I think it works fairly well. Now, I use an internal sound card because I like to custom build PCs, but the thing to do nowadays is external sound cards. A really popular one is the Astro Mix Amp. It plugs into your PC or laptop through USB, and it processes all the sounds in a little external box. Then you plug your headphones in and you're good to go. You get a nice little 3D surround effect that actually is pretty authentic. The headphones I'm using is the Audio-Technica 8700X headphones. They were actually featured in one of Levelcat's videos. I like them because they emphasize high ends. It's not really good to have a lot of mid or bass emphasis, especially in Battlefield, where they try to create a cinematic experience with all the sounds whizzing by and the explosions. And those kind of sounds tend to drown out the most important things. Now I'm going to walk you through my sound card configuration utility, and I'm pretty sure these options are available in most of the sound cards on the market out there. The first option is the surround sound option, and I crank that all the way up. Now, it's important that you're using a high quality sound card or external mix amp, because this surround sound option is actually a simulated surround sound designed for headphones. But if you're using onboard sound, then if you check the surround sound option, it might be just some fancy reverb. The next option, Creative Labs calls the crystallizer, and basically what that does is it emphasizes the high ends. You'll notice that I turn off any type of bass enhancement because that will drown out the sound of enemy planes. The next important option that I turn on is Smart Volume, which is basically a compression mode or a night mode. Finally, you'll notice that I disable this thing called Dialogue Plus, and you have to be wary of what options you enable. For instance, the Creative Labs True Studio Pro utility has something called Scout Mode, which it purports to say that it enhances sound of enemy footsteps and stuff, but it has the opposite effect in the planes. It tends to enhance the environmental sounds and drown out enemy plane sounds. So be wary, and you may want to experiment with your own sound configuration utility to find the best bet for you. Finally, I'll go into my speaker configuration and I'll set it to 5.1 surround sound. You'll want to make sure that you're not using any stereo or headphone settings. You want the game to output surround sound, and then you want your mixer or sound card to convert that into simulated surround sound for your headphones. And I'm jumping on Battlefield 1 in the menus to show you how to set up the audio portion and the options. Now, the output configuration depends on your setup. If you're using a surround sound card, then use the surround option. But if you're just using earbuds or headphones and a laptop or onboard sound, then you might want to switch it to the stereo configuration. Otherwise, you're going to miss some sounds, especially like behind you, I think. Now, you're going to want to use headphones for Battlefield 1 dogfighting, and you want to set this sound preset to headphone. I think that probably down mixes the bass, and you don't want a lot of bass because it'll drown out the important sound that you need to hear of your enemy plane. And yeah, that's about it. Now, the important thing to note is that you really want to be using headphones for dogfighting, even if you're just gonna plug in a pair of cheap earbuds and switch to stereo, because it's gonna really help you. Because I'd say maybe 60% of the time you're gonna be operating where you won't have a visual on your opponent, either through the rear cam or your front field of view, and you're gonna need to use sound to triangulate your enemy's position. So if you're new to dogfighting, definitely pay attention to this and really focus on this, and you'll get a lot better, guaranteed. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you later.